Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10 again, State your name. Big been dope on flame. I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again. I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass, slab on everything. Swimming, you sinking away, cause I got big racks coming. I put my low racks on it. I ain't skip past losses, I had to get back off it. See the fit lab on it until they whip my coffin. Money clip, I tossed it, I heard it's big bags on big bags on big bags coming. Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10 again. Pump up the action, I'm active. If he never heard of been dope, he just napping. Jackson's off the rapping, keep it on my body, I'm broke if you ask it. Don't gotta sell him, most Cialis flawless, broken whips as long as it is foreign. Heard you want it cause the yam's enormous. What's in since she isn't gorgeous? Live my life, last name a Morgan Freeman. Trying to touch a forest, do not know when knocking on the door is. Came in, did it like the Porsches. Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10 again. Okay, alright. Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10, coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10 again, State your name. Big been dope on flame. I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again. I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass, slab on everything. Swimming, you sinking away, cause I got big racks coming. I put my low racks on it. I ain't skip past losses, I had to get back off it. See the fit lab on it until they whip my coffin. Money clip, I tossed it, I heard it's big bags on big bags on big bags coming. Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10 again. Pump up the action, I'm active. If he never heard of been dope, he just napping. Jackson's off the rapping, keep it on my body, I'm broke if you ask it. Don't gotta sell him, most Cialis flawless, broken whips as long as it is foreign. Heard you want it cause the yam's enormous. What's in since she isn't gorgeous? Live my life, last name a Morgan Freeman. Trying to touch a forest, do not know when knocking on the door is. Came in, did it like the Porsches. Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10 again. Okay, alright. Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10,
Yo, man, what a day, what a day, what a day. This is Real Shit Real Estate Podcast, and you're listening to the one and only Byron the Investor. I got my homie Oneil, co-host Oneil, in the building with me. He getting this stuff situated right now, so he can't just jump on ret now. But listen, man, I hope everybody is having a blessed day. But listen, if you can do me a favor and hit the like button first. So that's the number one rule is we do not believe in having stingy energy here on Real Shit Real Estate. So make sure that you hit the like button, share it out to a couple people, because we got a special guest. We got an absolute special guest. So, and I'm extremely excited about this guest because we're going to be talking about something that's really dear to me. Something that I feel like I have garnered somewhat of expertise in, but it's always good, right? Again, your network is your net worth, right? And so as a result of that, it's always good to listen in on what other folks doing in the similar field, because a lot of times we don't know what we don't know. And that can be problematic because you not knowing what you don't know. I think Oneil is like in a, let me see. Let me mute Oneil. It sounded like he was in a hurricane. But anyway, sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And as a result of not knowing what you don't know, you could be missing out on thousands, sometimes millions of potential revenue. So with that being said, listen, I just want to say I got a huge amount of respect for this brother. This brother has, just done tremendous things. I've watched his journey. He's a family man, a dedicated family man, which I 100% respect. He's a through and through entrepreneur. He's done, everything from fixing flips, wholesaling, lending, private funding. He just runs the full gamut when it comes to real estate. And I'm just excited, and I'm truly thrilled to introduce this brother. And we're gonna go ahead and kick it off. I ain't finna hold back, you know what I mean? We're finna go ahead and introduce him, none other than Sawand, man. Sawand, what's good, man? What's good?
Yo, great day, brother. How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm blessed. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed, man. So for the people who've been living under a rock and may not know who you are, what you do, can you just go ahead and break down who is Sawand, where you from, and how you got started in this game called real estate? You mind breaking that down, King?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, I am from I'm from Plymouth, North Carolina. Okay, I do deals right here in Greensboro, North Carolina, and this is kind of my main market. And mainly, I run my business like a car dealership. That's what I always tell people. So, we focus on marketing direct to seller, right? So we can have control of the deal. So we can decide if we want to assign it for quick profits, buy as is, sell as is, whether we want to take it down ourselves, fix it up and rent it out and get consistent checks every single month, or whether we want to take it down, rehab it, and resell it for large checks over, a 12 to the 6 month period. So, that's exactly what I do, man.
I love it. I love it. So what made you say, early on, hey, I want to go into sales. I want to go into, or even to real estate. Cause I know you got your background. You started in the car dealership, right? What started you saying, yeah, I feel like I can sell people? Like what made you feel that way?
All right, look, hey, we're gonna have to take this back a little bit farther than
Let's
that.
do it. Let's go.
I honestly believe that everything that has happened to me up till now happened on purpose. Like it's literally felt like I was set up, to get here. And I say that because literally when I went to A&T, I went to North Carolina A&T, Aggie Pride, to all of my HBCU guys out there. I went to A&T, got pregnant my senior year. I didn't get pregnant, my girlfriend did at the time. So that forced me to kind of level up. Okay. So I started at the call center at the school. What we would do at the call center was we would call alumni to raise funds to give money back to the school. Okay. I'm sure you guys can see how this is, familiar.
Gotcha.
Next, I wanted to get paid a little bit more. So I got moved to supervisor at the call center. And that's when I created an incentive to kind of blow our numbers up. And so the students could get paid for credit cards to get money instantly. After I wanted to make more money than that, I went to the O. Henry Hotel to be around money. Literally, I was around money, learned how to talk to money, right? Got people's phone numbers, right? And I still have their phone number today. I still got Bill Cosby's phone number in my cell phone number.
Wow. Have you tried it? Have you tried it recently?
Yeah. I text him all the time. I text him my deals for lending. He never responds. But
never responds. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
And
tied up,
you're
literally and
tied up, bro.
figuratively. I'm just
And, it's like, for real. And literally that led into me going to the car dealership. And if you've ever made sales at a car dealership, it is the worst of the worst. Literally, your sales manager is never happy with your production, even if you're top sales. The customer always want more. They always want to take from you, even though your job is to get the most, right? And it's literally just a grind every day. Matter of fact, what I'm talking about was, okay, I sold 15, 20 cars a month, which was great. Okay. But on a Saturday, I was sick. I sold 2 cars. I threw up 4 times while I'm selling cars. I threw up. Literally, I'll be signing paperwork, go in the back, throw up, act like nothing ever happened, come back, finish doing the deal. I sold 2 cars. And then I finally told my sales manager, hey, man, I'm sick. I need to go home. Okay.
yeah.
What that did for me was learn how to build thick skin, because you need shark skin in this business in order to drive through all of the BS, get through the title issues, go through all the no's, go through all the headaches, you know what I'm saying, to continue to move forward. So that's really what I learned from the car dealership. So it went from learning how to raise money, from alumni, then it went to being around people with money, learning how to interact, what kind of conversations they're trying to have, then to learning everything sales. And that has literally led me up to the real estate business. And I literally do all of that every single day. I spent 30 minutes on a phone call with a private money guy today because I'm raising money for a deal I just got on the contract.
Wow, that's amazing.
Can y'all hear me?
Man.
Yeah, we
That
can
was
hear you.
great.
We can hear you now, Oneil. You ready to go?
Gotcha. Yeah. So Sawand, tell us, what is your we know what, if you can, name all the different things you do in real estate, because we know we do a lot of things, and what's your favorite out of all the things you do?
Okay, that's a good question. So okay, the term is wholesale, but I like to just call it an assignment. Okay. Do a bunch of assignments. I have 34 rentals. Um, I've done, some fix and flips. And I've done a bunch of transactional lending, meaning like fund to A to B. And I also do some services for our buyers. So we'll do roofs, we'll do trash outs, and we'll do HVACs. Um, and then of course I do some coaching as well for students to help them learn how to do the business. Out of all of those that I do, my favorite is the rentals. Okay, I love the rentals. Okay, I love the rentals.
Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I love the rentals for a few reasons. Okay, I love the rentals because number one, I'm literally last night. It's midnight. I'm just up. I wanted to make some lamb, so I put it on the grill. Put some, broccoli on the grill too, and I start eating, and then I get a notification from my phone. Ding! $1,100 has gone into your account. And I'm like, yes, amen, amen. So I like the rentals because it's consistent money. With the car dealership, you had to go make a sale, make money, go make a sale, make money, go make a sale. But with the rentals, it's just like one sale, you get paid. I mean, for the rest of your life if you want to. So I like the rentals.
So one, if you could tell me this, man, break this down for me, if you don't mind. What was your entry point into real estate? Like, who taught you? Was it a mentor? Did you just seek after it naturally? Like, how did you fall into it? Like, break that down if you don't mind.
I hate to make everything a long, drawn out story, but it is.
I'm here for it.
So, like,
No, we here for it. We here for it.
So look, so I didn't really think about it until my wife had brought it up to me. But in college, instead of renting, what happened was my freshman and sophomore year, I stayed on campus. Okay. In both of my rooms on campus, it was 4 guys. Okay. Everybody had a room. There was one bathroom that we shared. Okay. So when I noticed that in college, I said, yo, how much money are these guys making? They're making $650 times 4 for us to share a bathroom. in one apartment. So what I did was I had good credit. Okay, my mom set me up in high school. She put me on one of her credit cards, and so I had like a 740. So what I did was I was leveraging that in college. I had a nice little Amex credit card. I buy and sell stuff. And another thing that I did was I went to an apartment and I said, hey, I want a 3-bedroom. It's just me in college. I want a 3-bedroom. Okay. Got approved for the 3-bedroom because I had good credit. I went to the Goodwill. Okay. I went to the Goodwill and I went to the Craigslist free section and I picked out a bunch of furniture, a bunch of chairs, lamps, set up the bedrooms, and I rented out each of the bedrooms for $550 each. So my rent was only $550. So I was making $1,000. So that literally allowed me to live for free. That paid for the Duke Energy, paid for the Wi-Fi. Yeah, and it paid for the rent. So I was like, I'm just gonna do what the college is doing, So without thinking about it, without knowing that, that's called house hacking, that really was my first entry point. Now, when I really said, hey, I'm gonna be on a deed, I was at the car dealership and one of my sales managers again said, hey, Sawand, what are you doing with this money? Right? I don't know if people know, but whenever you sell a lot of cars at the car dealership, you're making $100,000. It's super easy to get to $100,000 at the car dealership. And he was like, yo, what are you doing with this money? I say, I'm spending it. Let's go. You see me? Look at my watch. What are you talking about? Check out my car. I'm spending it. He said, bro, you don't need to spend it, man. You need to buy a house. You got a kid, you got a wife, you need to buy a house. And I'm like, okay, buy a house. Okay. And you had always heard about, foreclosures. So that's what I went for. I went for a foreclosure. I picked up my first one. Then I liked it. So, actually, what happened with the foreclosure was my girlfriend at the time didn't want to move in. So I went back to my realtor and I said, yo, my girlfriend don't want to move in. I got to back out of this deal.
And was
She's
the
like,
girlfriend you're talking about your wife?
Yeah, she's my wife now. Yeah, she's my wife now. And I don't want to grab my charger. But she didn't want to move in. So I went back to Miss Graves and I said, hey, let's try to back out of this deal. She's like, nah, everybody's been paid. We can't do that. But what I can do is I can rent the house out for you and you'll get paid every month for the rest of your life. And that's when I got into actually investing, when I realized we could invest. You know what I mean? When I realized at that point, that house only cost me like $3,500 out of pocket to own. And I still make $400 a month, on that particular house. So, that was my first real deed right there.
Wow. Oneil, what you said?
Yeah.
I think Oneil may be frozen. Yeah. So tell me this.
What kind of loan did you get? What kind of loan?
It was an FHA loan. I just went to one of my local credit unions. Literally, my finance manager told me where he had got his loan at, and so it was State Employees Credit Union. So I just literally jumped in a dealership car and ran over to the credit union, and I took my pay stubs. He told me to print out my pay stubs. Took it over there, and they said, hey, this is what we'll give you.
Wow.
Printed me out a letter, and so I can go shopping. So.
Wow. So tell me this. I heard that you say you got 30 plus rentals. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's for sure.
So 30 plus rentals. What, I mean, just for the sake of education, what type of cash flow typically can someone, maybe even in the audience, expect when they're dealing with 30 plus rentals in terms of residual income in your particular market?
Okay. So, by the way, cash on cash return, I'm in a secondary market. And what a secondary market is not like a big metro. It's a metro, but it's not a big metro. So like Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, that has 1 million people. Okay. Wake County, that has 1 million people. That's Raleigh. I'm in Greensboro, which is Guilford County. So we have about 500,000 people here. So a little bit of a smaller, county, but we still booming. So this is typically what I'm finding. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm just going to give you some numbers. Here we go. I bought a deal that I just sold. I bought a deal subject to a year and a half ago. It rents for $1,100. The mortgage is $650. So on that particular one, I make I'm not good at math. Is that a $500 spread, $550 spread on that one? To give you another one, I bought a duplex for 33.5. Okay. Um, each side right now rents out for $650. So that's $1,300. My mortgage on that one is $591. So on that one, I do like $600 or so, $700. I'm not good at math, but yeah. So that's kind of what that's kind of what we go for. Now on some of my cash deals, that we're just, buying in cash, with private money, of course, those, I mean, they start out, for instance, one that I just closed on, they start out that the tenants are paying 500. My mortgage note is like 341, but then we'll go in, fix it up a little bit, and we'll raise rents $150 at a time. So on those, the ones that I've owned probably for like 6 months, those I'm probably only cash flowing about $200. But of course, as we go on, we're raising rents after about a year and a half, and we finally get to that $500, $600 a month on each property, just over time of raising the tenant's rent.
Wow. That's amazing.
So let me ask you this: what is a great rental purchase for you in terms of purchase price, cash flow, interest on the loan? Could you break it down for us? What's a great rental for you?
All right, cool. So there's two big ways that I'm buying that pretty much my whole portfolio is. Like I said, that's subject to. So on a subject to, I'm looking for an $8,000 or less acquisition. So that means that the seller is behind. If there's some type of upfront fee, and the attorney fee is all in the $8,000. So I'm looking for $8,000 acquisition, less than $10,000 rehab, and a $350 cash flow between the rent and the mortgage. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, and I'm also looking for 20% equity on my subject twos. I still like equity on the subject twos, and just in case I ever have to fire sale. Because I mean, let's be serious. I'm 30 years old with more than 30 properties. If something ever happens, your boy want to be able to exit and make some money, not exit and lose. So,
Absolutely.
Amen. So subject to, that's kind of my criteria there. Okay. Less than $8,000 acquisition, 350 cash flow. And then if I'm doing like a cash transaction, quote unquote, okay, let me give you the example. I want rent times 48. Okay. I want rent times 48. Okay. So essentially, if the property is rented out for $500, what I'm going to pay is rent times 48. So $500 times 48 months, which means I want my quote unquote cash back in 4 years. My Mayo is rent times 5 years. So rent times 60. And that's my maximum allowable offer for quote unquote cash deals. Once again, I'm raising money on the front side. Okay, I'm raising money on the front side so I can make a spread and keep the property. So I have to make sure it meets that kind of criteria. Okay, yeah. So and for those, that's kind of what I'm looking for. But for those, I'm doing 10% notes for 15 or 20 years. So yeah.
I love it. What you say,
How did you
Oneil?
come up with that formula?
Honestly, the way I came up with the formula was because I was doing so many deals with this one buyer. This one buyer just came in through like a storm. He took over one day. Like he met me through another wholesaler. Another wholesaler had sold my deal. So he found my website, Triad Discount Homes, and he said, yo, anything that you got that was just like this one, he said, is mine. He said, literally, you call me with your highest bidder, you bring it to me, and as long as it meets my rent times 60, I'm gonna buy it. So his criteria was rent times 60. Okay, so I figured if I would make my criteria rent times 48, there would always be a spread because this dude would buy I would get 5 little rentals under contract that had tenants in it. He'd buy 5 and still want 5 more.
Mm-hmm.
It was like this dude, and this dude he works for a tax attorney. I don't want to give no big names, but he's a big boy. He's a big boy tax attorney for a bunch of real estate investors. And this dude, I mean, he's big in the business. So if you're in the business, you think about some tax guys, he works for him. And literally, I couldn't give him too much, you know. So that's how I got my criteria, because his was 60, so I made mine rent times 48.
So tell me this, Sawand. So tell me this, in terms of an investment strategy, right? What are some of the things that you are looking to expand on? Let's say what mindset in terms of expansion do you have for 2022, 2023? What does that Sawand look like in terms of the plans that you have in place right now? Can you speak on that?
Yeah. So I think that's a good point. Only because a lot of people are focusing on, either people are they're in the survive mentality where they're only thinking about today. How can I make a paycheck today? How can I eat today? You know, or they're in like, you know, that actually might be diving. Actually, that might be diving, and surviving is just like a week or a month in advance. And then thriving is like 2 or 3 years. So next year, really, once again, it's all about rentals. At this point, I think I'm finding that the market that we're in, because stuff is just selling ridiculously crazy, is all about portfolio management. So I just sold 2 of my portfolio, because one is going to net me 60 grand, which will allow me to buy 4 more rental properties. You see what I'm saying? So I can sell 1 to pick up 4. Duh, you should definitely do that.
Absolutely.
Right? And you know what I mean? You know?
Absolutely.
So I think my next year is about portfolio management. Okay. And is also about becoming my best buyer. That's what it's also about. It's also about becoming my best buyer. Don't get me wrong. I like assigning deals, but understand we always leave money on the table. And at this point in my business, the only reason why I still do assignments is because I need money tomorrow. Okay. So my goal is to get enough reserves in the bank to where I'm taking down every single property. So no matter what, if I want to resell it as is, I'm putting it back on the MLS, and I'm not going to let a 7-day or 14-day period shake my money. You know what I mean? If I got to put it out there on the MLS for 6 months to get the best deal, to get the most amount of profit, amen. That's what we're going to do. You know, so those are my goals for the next 2 years, really.
So tell me this, how are you planning on raising that capital? How you planning on getting so liquid?
Okay. So that's a good question. Okay. So once again, we're real estate investors. So other people's money always goes further than our money. Okay. So what we're doing right now, me on this podcast, this is a part of the plan. Okay. Today, I had somebody call me. They found my website, Triad Discount Homes. They say, yo, Sawand, I saw you on the podcast with Chris Monroe. I loved it. I aligned with it. I got $500,000, bro. What can we do with it? And literally, I stayed on the phone with him for 30 minutes trying to figure out his goals. He was so excited about my goals and how he had the money to fund some of my goals that I didn't even have a chance to get to what does he want. Bro, I'm serious. He was so hyped. I had to say, yo, bro, chill out. Let's have a Zoom call on Friday. so you can figure out exactly what you want to accomplish out of this. You know, I know you know what I want, but I want to know what you want. So podcast, you know, by building relationships, Clubhouse by connecting with people instantly. I love that. You know, we just came from Atlanta where we actually met a couple people that we know from the Clubhouse journey. And then I'm also doing some applicable stuff as well. So whenever I assign a deal, right, and I assign a deal to a buyer, I'm always checking out the HUD to see who gave them the money, because their private lender is right there on the HUD. Okay. I'm always, when I'm at the park with my kids, because I got 5 kids, okay, when I'm at the park and I see the donation board, Okay, I see the donation board and it got 10 names on the donation board. I'm taking a picture of it. I'm skip tracing them and I'm sending them a, hey, do you like to invest in real estate? Hey, if I bought you opportunities that got you 10 to 12%, would you consider it? So I'm still doing those applicable things, as well as asking all of my buyers, letting all of my buyers know that I took down a property, you didn't get it. So because I learned how to take down a property, you're making less money. But if you want to partner with me as a lender, we can still make money together. I'm doing emails like that in my MailChimp as well. So that's kind of how I'm raising money and focusing on relationships. Right
Wait
now.
a minute though. You just dropped the whole bar. And listen, if y'all are not hitting the like button right now, something's wrong with you. You got real stingy energy if you're not hitting the like button, because he just dropped the gem. You said you go and skip trace the people on the donation list. Can you speak a little bit more about that? Let's talk about that, man.
Yes. So, I mean, honestly, everybody sees it. They just don't even think about anything like it. So, in 3 parks, it might be in all parks, but in 3 parks in our city, I realized that about 6 months ago that there's literally a plaque that has all of the people that donated money to make sure that this park came to fruition. And it said the amounts that the people gave right beside it. So if you see somebody gave, okay, they gave with no ROI, 100 grand, even 20 grand.
Absolutely.
Imagine how much they'll give if you're paying them 8, 10, 12% interest, on a deed of trust promissory note.
Exactly.
It's a no-brainer.
Absolutely.
Now, do you always offer 10 to 12%, or how does that work of how you pitch what your interest gonna be? How you figure that out?
I think Sawand may be stuck in purgatory, man. Can you hear us right now, Sawand? Uh-oh. But yeah, man, while we wait for Sawand to come on back, listen, man, I just want to make sure that everybody that's tuning in right now, make sure that you tap in. Tomorrow morning, we got Grant Cardone coming in the building as well. In the morning over business over breakfast. So make sure you tap in. And it looks like Sawand is gonna be back. He probably had to log in and log back out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We also need to talk about May 22nd, man. May 22nd.
May 22nd. May 22nd, we will have a Business Over Breakfast live event coming up in Houston, Texas at the Ghost Bar and Lounge. We got a lot of our good friends coming. It's going to be an amazing event. We're going to be talking about real estate. We're going to be talking about Turo. We're going to be talking about business credit. We're going to be talking about Airbnb. We're going to be talking about all things business for the most part. And if you get your early bird ticket, we feeding you too. We're going to feed you. We're going to entertain you. We're going to educate you. And we're going to network with you.
It's going to be an event that's never been put together before. We
Absolutely.
ask people around, have you ever been in a type of event we're putting on for y'all? So everybody excited about it. We just need you on the building, man.
That's it. We got the hookahs. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be absolutely food.
We got alcohol. We got, people that's doing things that we all want to do. Some people with money.
Yes, indeed. Private lenders.
Yeah. I think I missed a little bit of the private lender talk you was talking about.
Yeah. So we're going to have a little bit of all of that. You know what I mean? So make sure you pull up. I think the early bird tickets are only $97. And that's all inclusive. So once you pay that, you didn't got inside. You didn't got fed. You didn't got entertained, educated, everything. You know what I mean? So we wanted to price it at a place to where it's pretty much free. And we just not losing a bunch of money. You know what I mean? That's the only thing we was really worried about, and taking care of the people that come. So make sure you definitely tap in and enjoy. And we're going to have a fun time. And hopefully Sawand pull back up, man. We need Sawand to just pull back up. Let me see what's going on with Sawand right now. Matter of fact, while we do that, Oneil, you want to go ahead and just kind of speak on what you're doing to build up some of your rentals?
Man, I'm doing a few different things. So really just there's the whole reason we have the wholesaling company. We have the wholesaling company to pick up more rentals, to also pick up more flips to pay off the rentals. Because I'm in my 20s right now. When I get my late 30s and 40s, I want to have all my rentals paid off. Because then I'm gonna leverage on my rentals to get bigger deals like mobile home parks, multifamily, things like that. So that's my plans. You know, that's what I want to do. So 40s, 50s, I want to just pick up massive commercial deals. That's it. I'm probably still pick up the single families, but you know, the main goal is to build wealth with fewer deals as possible, make the most cash flow as possible. So that's what we're doing in my business. Turning up the marketing to pick up more deals. And the deals we want, we wholesale them. And the deals that has a lot of meat in the bone, decent, we just flip them.
So Oneil, how many rentals do you have now?
I think 24, honestly. And then we just sold a flip, and then we flipping one right now. Working on something else.
God, I can dig it. I love it, man. I love it, man. Just watching growth, man. You know, if
gotta grow, man.
I could dig it, man. I could definitely dig it, man. I don't know what's going on with Sawand. I think he's trying to log back in as we speak. But while we wait on Sawand, let's go ahead and let us know where you calling in from. Let us know where you coming in from. Are you what city you at? We want to hear. Type that in the chat. What city? Who we got representing today, man? Let's find out.
Yeah. While we waiting for that, man, I need to apologize to y'all. I got this bad camera. Y'all probably got voices in the background. I pull up to my Airbnb in Houston. We can't even get in the door, man.
Oh man.
I don't know what's going on with it.
I think we got Sawand back in the building. Let's see if we got Sawand back in the building, man. Let me see. Oh, let me get Sawand in the building.
Trying. There you go. My back.
You back?
Yeah, you good now.
All right, great. My computer, for some reason, my computer started acting up, so I jumped to my phone.
Oh, okay. But yeah, what was that? Oh, you got some Greensboro, North Carolina folk in here, man. Shout out to Anna in the building, Lauren in the building. You know what I mean?
No, nice.
Yes, indeed. So, Oneil, you had a question for Sawand. You want to go ahead and repeat that?
Honestly, I forgot what it was, but I can think of something else. So yeah, how do you structure? How do you pay your returns to your private and hard? Well, let's just say private money lender. So let's just say I got 500,000. How would you structure how much return you're gonna give me, and a certain amount of time? Like how you doing it?
Okay, so I'll just run you through a scenario. Okay, I'll just run you through a scenario. So like, I bought the duplex for $33,500. Okay, that was the purchase price from the wholesaler. I bought it for one of my students. That was the purchase price from the wholesaler, was $33,500. Okay. The tenants both were cool with the interior. Okay, they just didn't want me to go up on the rent a lot. What I said was, hey man, look, you know, as you can see, I'm young. You know, as you know, your rents are kind of low. You know, so I don't want to take it all the way up to where it should be. And I showed them where it should be on rental meter was $800. They were paying $350. I said, I just want to fix the property up and keep you guys around. I'm probably going to raise it to like $550. And both of them said, cool. So I didn't have to fix the inside of that one. Okay. And this is before I actually closed on it, before I reached out to private money. And, so the outside was terrible though. It was getting code violations. So I knew I had to do something to the outside, and the roof was leaking. So I got Mr. Plata, my roofing guy, to check out the roof and see how much that's going to be. And I got his painting guy to see how much it'll be to paint it. They said, hey, it'll be about $7,000. I said, okay, cool. So I got 45 from my private money guy. Okay. The way I came up with 45 was it was enough to pay for what I wanted to do up front in order to raise the rents. And it was also enough so I could take a fee so I could spit back to my wholesaling company, pay myself, pay for some marketing to keep the business rolling. Okay.
Wow.
So I went in, yeah. So I went in, just go to bank rate. Okay, just go to bank rate, go on Google, put in bank rate amortization schedule. I put in the 45 grand. Okay. I promise my investors 10 to 12%. You can just put that, interest rate in there. And then I tell them over 15 to 20 years. So at 20 years, my pay 591. Like I said, I raised the rents to 550. That's my plan. So 550, that's 1100. My mortgage is 591. So that means I got a spread. You see, I got a spread, and so that's exactly what I did. So then I just started reaching out to all of the guys that I have marketed to who would consider investing with me. And I say, hey, great guys, great day, guys, got an opportunity for you. 45 grand, at 20 years at 12%. Total interest paid over the loan is 60 grand, and this is at, 45% LTV.
Wow.
So I send that text message out to all of my private money guys. I send that out and I let them respond. Okay. And it's literally it's really sales from here. Once they respond, it says, oh, I like those numbers. It says, well, you better hurry up because somebody else said that they want to do it as well. You know what I mean? So, well, somebody else just inquired about it. He said he was going to offer 1 point lower in order to go ahead and get it. You just being a salesperson at that point. But with my private money guys, I'm just, it's just relationships. So I don't sign any paperwork. I literally just trust them to go ahead and send in the wire 3 days before closing, and then the promissory note hits their email from the attorney, and then the HUD, they only see the final HUD when it's actually closed. So yeah.
Wow. So do they see that you're getting that assignment fee, and what do they say?
Yeah. So what I tell everybody when we first meet, okay, and I say, hey, this is two different companies. Okay, it's two different companies. It's a wholesaling company, that finds the deals. Okay, that's Buy Triad Homes LLC, buytriadhomes.com. There's another company which you'll be partnering with, which is Belcher and Belcher Properties. This company holds the rentals. So what you're gonna see when you get the copy of the assignment, you're gonna see a fee from the deal finding company, that Belcher and Belcher Properties has to pay to the deal finding company because they found the deal. Okay, so that's not that's automatically gonna be in the number that I'm talking to you about. Okay, so I let them know that up front. Because you got to get a fee. That's what our business eats off of. Our business eats off of fees. So whether you're buying it or whether your buyer's buying it, you got to get a fee.
So tell me this, what's the philosophy on getting that fee? So I get that, of course, you want to get the fee, but essentially you're basically taking a property, right? That has you're getting it at a still of a deal, right? And then you turn around and you put that fee in there so you can get a fee. Are you always using it to pour back into marketing, or are you kind of like, like maybe, using that to rehab it, or what's usually the play on that?
Most of the time, not most of the time, all the time is normally rehab and a fee. Okay, it's always both. Okay, I do my best to try to be zero money in up front. Okay. To get that bad boy rolling, I want to be zero money in. So I'm getting some rehab money and I'm getting a fee. Always. Otherwise, I'm not doing it. otherwise it ain't good. It ain't a good rental.
Straight up.
That's not the goal.
Gotcha.
So you say you're structuring your deals on a promissory note. How are you making payments to them? Like, you just paying them, hey, I'm a cash app you, or are you doing a third party with the attorney? How's that work?
Go to your bank. Yeah, go to your bank. So
I know people want to know.
Yeah. So just go to your bank. This is not. So the good thing about business is you don't have to be the smart guy. Personally, I think that you should be the visionary guy that's kind of dumb, and then you lean on people, that know how to do it better than you, right? So I just went to my bank when I first got the bank account. Before I even chose the bank, I just set my criteria. I need you to be able to have a link that I can send my tenants, you know, to be able to pay on their phone. I need to be able to set up ACH so I can pay my contractors on Fridays via direct deposit and pay any private money guys direct deposit. You know, I need to be able to, you know, avoid fees if I have over X amount in my bank account every month. So that was just in my criteria when I was finding a bank. So I just use my bank link. Okay. Investors that invest with me are paid every month on the 6th, and they get paid via ACH, direct deposit. So it just goes directly from them. My business partner, my mom, she actually sets up all of the mortgages to go out on the 6th, and it just drops into their account, and they say thank you.
100.
I love it. Let me ask you this. What's your long-term plan with this private money? So you plan on holding the note with them for 20, 15 years, or you plan on refining out into a 30-year mortgage or something? So what's exactly you planning with the hard money? I mean, the private money, I'm sorry.
On some real shit, okay, on some real shit, I made long-term notes because what if my credit never gets right? Right? What if my debt to income never gets right? What if I never get that tax, you know, the way they want it perfectly on my taxes right? So I made these notes long, so if I had to hold them, I still cash flowed, I still had equity, and I could still make money. You know, so if I wanted to, I could hold them. But right now, I'm actually going through a refi where I think I got about 15 of those houses on those kind of notes, and I'm refining 10 of them. So right now, my goal is to get my investor back because pretty much one guy has probably like 8 of those. So I want to be able to get his money back, and then get him his money back, go in some lower interest debt, so I'm cash flowing more, paying them off sooner, and be able to do it again, you know, with my guy.
Gotcha. So you're gonna free up his debt so you can just run it up again.
Yep, exactly. I'm just gonna free him up because right now I think it's about $500,000 or so. So so I just want to give him his money back so we can go out and buy another 10.
I love it.
I need to meet this guy, man.
Absolutely. Oh, the private money guy. Hey, I'm sure Sawand got him real close, man. He got him real close and in the secret parts of the contact list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's actually my partner. He's actually my partner on the transactional funding deals.
Oh.
Look, man.
He's actually my partner on the transactional funding. So let me tell you this.
Any deal is fun for me. I'll break you up.
Look, I will say I've done this before for people that I've trust. I've actually brokered private money, you know, for people that I've trust. So so I can definitely do that. So like I had a guy say, hey, look, I need $60,000, you know, I'm gonna rehab the property, da. So I got my private money guy to fund the deal, and I just charged the guy who asked me points. I just charged him 4 points, you know, so I was able to collect my private money, you know, my private money funded the note. Yeah, let's go, bro. If Wells Fargo can do it, okay, if Wells Fargo can do it, your boy can do it, okay? It's just paper, you know, that's it.
Hey, man, this is crazy, man, crazy. Yo, like Sawand just like dropping like crazy gems, man. Like I'm just excited to see what you gonna be doing like in the future. You know what I'm saying? I'm really truly excited to see like, you know, what kind of stuff you're gonna be buying. So tell me this, man. You know, if you could just, you know, get a crystal ball, right? You get a crystal ball and you can paint out what your 10-year, your 15-year gonna look like. What does that look like for Sawand? What's your vision board looking like? I want to understand what that vision board situation is set up like. Can you break that down?
Okay. All right. I am so grateful now that I have 250 units that pay me consistently $450 a month cash flow net into my personal account. This allows me to live the life that I need, to have the time for my family, to go on trips with my family, and to be able to make multiple checks every single month within a 30-day period while I cherry pick the very best deals for my company anywhere I want to be. I am so grateful now that this happens to me easily, frequently, and in abundance. That's kind of what my 10-year looks like. I'm literally, like 250 units, cash flowing $450 each, net, and I'm able to close real estate transactions from anywhere where I want to be. So that's something that I say to myself. So,
man, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yo, man, this is crazy, man. So tell me this, Sawand, where can let's say if somebody want to reach out to you to find out more about what you got going on, right? And they want to find out just more information about you, where they can find you in terms of social media. Can you talk to the people on that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So look, this is me taking action. Okay. I love my name on Instagram, on YouTube, on Clubhouse. This is me taking action, because when people hit me up, they literally have to type that in to the search box, into the message box. So that's like them taking action. So I want to help people take action, whether that's getting started in real estate, whether that's you're doing deals right now and you want to go from 2 to 10, you want to take your average deal size from 5 to 20, or whether you just want to make friends and become a partner of mine on some of my deals. So this is me taking action on IG, on YouTube, and my website. I love to talk to anybody about business, about making money. I'm down.
I love it. I love it. I love it, man. Well, it's been an amazing hour with you, man, and
Another great one,
I just really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule, man. And I know you got a big family, you know what I mean? And I just really appreciate you, man, for coming on and blessing the people, man, and blessing us with your time, man. So with that being said,
I
man,
appreciate being invited.
Absolutely, man. Oneil, you want to do something on the outro?
Hey man, we appreciate you coming on. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I hope y'all learn what the things he's doing. I hope y'all take something from it, and go to the next level. And like his name says, go ahead and take some action.
Absolutely.
Take some action.
Absolutely. So and also, if y'all could do us one favor, just one favor, it's a small favor. Hit that like button, right? We got over 21 people in the building. We need all 21 people to hit that like button. Just hit the like button. You can hit the dislike button, whichever one you want to hit. But I prefer you hit the like button. But hit the like button. That's how you show Sawand and his family and us, for bringing this content to you every single week. That's how you show that gratitude, by hitting that like button and spreading the message and bringing a friend. That's all we ask. We don't run no bunch of ads. We ain't promoting too much of anything on here. So make sure if you could just do that little piece, it'll be greatly appreciated. And man, I will see y'all in the morning. Some of y'all need to wake up in the morning. We got Grant Cardone coming in the building tomorrow. So make sure you pull up and take advantage of that. And also May the 22nd, we will be live in Houston, Texas, at Ghost Bar, right? Bar and Lounge, starting at 10 a.m. And we turning all the way up. It's going to be entertainment, networking, right? Hookahs, food. DJs, food. We feeding you, and we almost letting you in for free. I mean, basically, basically it ain't free, but $97 is more than close to free for what you're getting. So make sure you pull up. It's going to be exciting to meet you. And peace, man. I will see y'all tomorrow morning. Yes, indeed.